All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in today. Welcome back to the In One Ear Out podcast. I'm John. And I'm bringing you today my great friends. We got Zach. We got Emil. We got Jordan. Everybody say hi.
Let's
What's
go.
good? What's good?
And an astounding day we found ourselves into today. What is the topic for today? How are we doing, guys?
I'm doing alright.
All right.
You know,
goodness,
Alright.
goodness,
still
goodness.
working. Still working every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much, right?
Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at
Well, yeah, some people are without jobs, but I'm here today to bring you the weekly coronavirus update. So it has just happened, I believe, today. We've reached over 2.5 million cases worldwide. There's over 800,000 cases in the U.S. 70,000 have recovered, and 44,000 around have died in the United States. For where we live, we have Broome County for me. There are upwards of 200 cases and 11 deaths. For where my good friend Zach lives, in Wyoming County, there is 17 cases and 1 death. And for Jordan and Emil, there are 66 confirmed cases in Susquehanna County and 4 deaths. So everything seems a little bit more, I don't know, sketchy, we could say now. Everybody's got to be a
it.
little bit
It's
more
kind of
cautious. Yeah, it's kind of all coming together now, and before I even touch about what I want to say for Florida, it was just revealed today. The FDA has approved the first in-home test kit. It was produced by a company called LabCorp. Um, article from the New York Times says the Food and Drug Administration (FDA) on Tuesday said it had granted emergency approval to the first in-home test for the coronavirus, a nasal swab kit that will be sold by LabCorp. And this is a big deal. Before there was large shortages, even hospitals. The biggest problem we had for a bit was we did not have enough test kits. So people would come in with symptoms, and there was no way to distinguish if it was the flu, the fever, anything. We did not know until the scarcity of those tests were a lot more available to people. Would Zach like to say something about the Florida beaches? Because it could just get me angry.
So in Florida, they seem to have reopened their beaches,
Right.
encouraging other people to enjoy them. Which, in John's opinion,
This is my
is
opinion.
absolutely idiotic.
Right. Right. Um,
Would you like to further your opinion,
yeah,
John?
sure. I'll grab the reins on this one. I don't want anybody to speak on the things that they probably don't fully agree with. Anyway, yeah, so there's been a strong opposition movement to quarantining. People are really sick of it. They're done. They want to go outside and resume their normal lives. That's the thing. It's not time yet. As soon as we get more relaxed with restrictions and try to let go of, the crisis situation we found ourselves to still be in, the worse it can get from this point on. If we try to scale back our restrictions and let people continue on in their daily lives, we'll just end up hitting the second wave of it, which will be even deadlier because people have disregarded all the precautions that were previously taken for this.
I mean, look at China as well. They're already going through their second wave.
Right, and because it came from China, we can kind of always use them as an example, almost as the control to see how it will affect other countries.
So is it like the second wave type thing? Because like
Mhm.
same way, if you don't take your antibiotics all like you're supposed to, and you're like
Mhm.
take 'em
Right.
short.
You
Yeah.
you start feeling better, you stop seeing symptoms, you're like, I don't need these anymore, and then you stop for
Yeah,
like a
right,
week,
yeah.
right? And you end up getting worse, more sick.
Yes, and that's the problem that's happening right now with this.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's not gonna be good.
Yeah. I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. I'm gonna wear a mask and make sure I wash my hands and don't touch my face and all that great, great stuff that nobody else seems to care about.
I was
Yeah.
actually watching this video on like how pandemics work. There are actually like two different types of pandemics.
Okay.
There is a fast pandemic and there is a slow pandemic. The way the fast pandemic works is that a lot of people get infected all at once and a lot of people died. It's not really a controlled situation. It just gets out of hand, so a lot of people are going to get infected.
Hmm.
But if we handle this like a slow pandemic,
Right.
If we do this social distancing thing, yeah, people are going to get infected, but not as many people are going to get infected and less people will die.
Right.
More chance. That's where the whole curve thing came out.
Mm-hmm.
Like flatten the curve. We want to transition this into more of a slow pandemic instead of it spiking back up again.
Mm-hmm. No, you're absolutely right. And that's countered by the fact that people are now opposing the coronavirus. Like this was something you can decide that, I don't agree with the coronavirus. That's not how that works, unfortunately for them. And it was just today that Florida reaches over 26,000 cases, and they're just under 800 deaths. That's of this morning. So yeah, all the
absolutely fucking idiotic.
Yeah, and you can use my word there. That's absolutely idiotic. All the efforts to flatten the curve are completely made worthless. Because
Negated.
oh yeah, negated completely. Because now people are saying, "Oh, well, I've had my fill. I've quarantined. I even washed my hands yesterday. Let's get back out there." It's not quite time for that, and it even is even worse now.
So I've noticed a lot of since things have been starting to reopen. I've noticed a lot of people posting stuff about people leaving PPE all over the place and like reusing it. Like no, it's not how that stuff works. Like people are like take their mask out with them,
Right.
and like a disposable mask, disposable, it's in the name, and they take it back home and then they'll bring it somewhere else after they've already went somewhere.
Right.
So like it's not helping the spread at all. It's making it worse.
Right. It's people that
like those ones throw in the washer and dryer.
Disinfect. There's a difference between disinfecting and what? I forget what the other word is. Like if something's antibacterial, that means it will remove bacteria. If it's disinfectant, it will kill bacteria.
Yeah, that too. I've noticed a lot of people confused on that subject.
I mean, I think the general populace of America is unfortunately not the wisest. That's all.
We can all speak for the high school education system and say that it failed a lot.
Oh my goodness, this country is. Look, I could get too riled up about all of this, but I would like to mention also today, moving away perhaps from the coronavirus topic because it's so belabored. Today, Eminem celebrates 12 years of sobriety. Congratulations to Eminem.
You know what? Good for him, though.
Really, truly.
Like, I'm not a big rap fan, but
pretty big achievement.
That's a big achievement.
12 years is a long time.
Right, 2008. That was 12 years ago.
That's crazy. That makes me feel old, even though I'm not old.
Yeah, I mean, shit. It's coming around
That
now.
actually makes me feel. I was playing my PlayStation 2 today.
Oh.
And I found a save file for my Tony Hawk game where I 100% completed the game way back in 2009.
Yeah.
It was crazy loading that up, dude. My character was like so outrageous and everything. I'm like, what was I doing there?
Back then, you were like, dude, this is radical.
Yeah, dude, it's so funny. Because I just completed the game again now as an adult, and like how I set my character up and everything's so different than how I did as a kid. Like, it looks more like a human being.
Yeah, somebody. Wow. I wonder how Tony Hawk's really doing. I hope he's doing great.
Dude, he's probably upset because he never gets recognized anywhere he goes.
I don't know. Is that a good or a bad thing?
I've seen him into poker. I think he does more than skating.
Oh yeah, right. Once you hit the mainstream,
he's retired skating, dude. He's old now.
Oh yeah, he's like 50s. I want to say. I wouldn't know enough to say, but actually, I'm gonna look this up right now.
Tony Hawk.
Yeah. How old is Tony Hawk?
He is currently. He was born in '68, so.
68, really? He's got to be over 50 then.
He was 48 in 2016, so I had 4 more years on that about.
Yeah, so he's 52.
He's like, yeah, dang, dude.
Wow. Well, if his birthday is already passed, happy birthday. If not, damn,
it's
Tony
May
Hawk.
12th. It's coming up.
May 12th. Wow. Well, we'll actually May 12th. Will we be live streaming? Maybe,
Yeah.
perhaps.
Wait, yes, we are.
Yeah.
It's a Tuesday.
Tuesday. All right. That's the topic of discussion for next next podcast. Is to
We'll talk
wish
about
Tony
Tony
Hawk
Hawk.
a happy birthday.
Yep.
That is going to be. We're gonna make a Twitter post and everything. We're gonna
Well,
remind
that's
him what it means to be. I don't know, Tony Hawk fan. Did he have a name for his fans?
good. I'm not sure.
Hawkers.
A hawker. We are a hawker.
I don't know. I'm kidding.
We've been day ones. All right.
Don't.
Tony Hawk, shout us out, please.
You gotta be careful. It might be trademarked, dude. You can...
Yeah.
Dude, the Tony Hawk games on PS2 were so goddamn fun.
Yeah, man. I was
Man.
playing American Wasteland. That's when I was playing.
Dude, American Wasteland was the best.
Oh
It
man.
was like so awesome for its time. There was like the only loading screen you had is when you loaded into the game. Like it was like open world more or less.
And nothing
There's
else
no
was
You guys ever
loading.
play Skate?
Skate.
I did, but I'm not as big of a fan of Skate personally because when I play like a game like Tony Hawk,
There's no
like it
Tony
to
Hawk
be-
in it, dude.
I like it to be more arcade like, but
Yeah.
whereas Skate is like a skating simulator, which is
Yeah.
cool and I respect that. But when I play a skateboarding game like that, I want it to be more arcade like because it's a video game, you know.
I
Fair
respect
and
that.
valued argument. I wanted to ask Zach something. Zach, how did the cookie poll go on Twitter?
It went all right.
Did
I'm
it?
gonna actually no, it actually didn't go good. Nobody voted.
Hey. Nobody?
I'm-
Nobody voted.
I'm not gonna lie. Nobody voted besides me, you, and Emo.
You don't know that.
So it's a three-way tie.
Hey
Oatmeal
man, you can't stop me from
raisin,
peanut butter cookies. I'm sorry.
chocolate chip, and peanut butter.
Nobody voted
Can I-
for
Can I
butterscotch.
put my vote in
Butterscotch.
live? Can I put my vote in live
Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely.
You gotta make it a
I think
four-way
I have to
tie.
vote for the oatmeal raisin, dude?
Oh,
Oh yeah, bitch!
Dude, I got it.
Oatmeal
Zach.
raisins.
I'm confused. I'm confused because wasn't the purpose of this poll to recognize the, I don't know, the undervaluement of butterscotch chip cookies?
That's what you thought. You know what? It was.
You're a
And
traitor to your own
raisin-
demise.
Oatmeal raisin is at the top of that list.
Disgusting.
That's the point I wanted to get across, dude.
Wow. Well, you
From
got us.
The beginning, dude.
Congratulations.
Fooled.
I have no words for you, Zach. I'm outraged, but not as much as I am just disappointed.
Okay.
All right. So
I got you.
we had talked today, before the stream. We talked a little bit about the FCC and net neutrality, and how a lot more people are utilizing the internet now that they're home and away from their jobs. So we had a question: is the internet a utility or is it a luxury? I say, at least, I don't know how you guys feel. I say it's a utility.
Yeah, I could argue it either
would
way,
agree.
just because how into tech I am.
Right.
But I believe everyone should have access to the internet, so I don't even think it's a utility. I think it should be a right.
I am along that same line. I like the word utility, but I more enjoy the word right. Everybody should have access to the
I
internet.
think everyone should have internet access, unfiltered internet access. Everyone should have, and
Mhm.
so I very much frown upon like countries like North Korea and China for how much they censor the internet,
Right.
and actually
Right.
how much
Yeah.
our internet gets censored that we don't even realize.
That's true as well.
Yeah.
I know. It goes on to the line of like freedom of speech. Twitter
Yeah,
is kind of the
it does.
main proponent of freedom of speech. You can post pictures and you can post text posts. That's it. You know. But they have done some things that limit, obviously, things you can say. I believe you can't have any swastikas. I believe you can't use any racial slurs.
I
And-
don't believe so.
And, you know, if you really think about it, yeah, sure, I'm accepting of that. That is imposing on people's First Amendment rights as a platform. However,
Technically.
I am understanding that's a good thing. You know,
So yeah, it kind of boils down more or less. There's like, I mean, there's really no time or place for racism. But
right.
there's like there's places on the internet where still it's unfiltered that you can go and do this. Like, don't
Alright.
put that on like crap where like kids and stuff, you know.
Right. What is it? 4chan. 4chan is just like completely
Yeah,
uncensored,
anything.
anonymous.
Yeah, Reddit.
Reddit. Reddit still has guidelines though. That's the thing.
Only it's per subreddit though. It's per subreddit,
Yeah, that is true. You're right.
I believe.
Yeah, you can post porn. I'm pretty sure if you want to.
I for one am a big fan of Reddit.
Yeah, me too.
I am as well, and I'm
Been on
I'm
Reddit
I'm pretty new
for a
to the
while.
Reddit game here, but
A
I
little over a year.
really.
Yeah.
I've been on Reddit for a number of years.
Yeah, I just got it. I believe maybe either the beginning of this year or the end of last. But I've really found it to be my main source for news and anything just relating to social media. It truly is the
Yeah.
front page of the internet. Anything you see,
It is, dude.
it comes there first.
Anything you think of, it could be on there.
That's true. Yeah. Subreddit for anything. It's
Honestly,
Pretty
they have
much.
so much like. There's just so much information, and it's not censored.
Right.
right. The only thing is, not everything on there is true. There are like fact check bots that people can throw onto text posts, but other than that,
Yes.
right. And I think that's an amazing
That's-
thing.
That's you should always do your due diligence though, you know.
Right, right. And the community is very supportive. People aren't out to get you, and if they really have a problem with you, they just won't respond, or they'll say,
Yeah,
"Look,
most-
our views aren't similar, and so any conversation between us would just get hostile, and it's not worth either of our time."
There are some dark places in Reddit that you don't want to visit though.
Right, but that is the nature of.
Cut your
They've,
throat and
they have
argue
banned a
with the
few
guest, dude.
subreddits.
Have they
They
really?
have. Yeah.
I can
Quite a
imagine.
few.
They've gotten out of hand.
I mean, I could. Yeah, if I really wanted to put my mind to it, but. Yeah. So, again, to the topic of internet as utility or luxury, I truly believe that it should be a right. You know, I think we've talked about this before. Elon Musk wanted to have satellite broadcast internet to allow
Oh,
everybody
yeah.
on the internet or everybody on the planet to have internet access for free. Yes, please, Elon, do that thing you do and make everybody happy.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah.
I believe. Cybertruck, I believe.
So, by nature of everybody being on the internet now, what kind of workload has increased for people like you, Jordan? I'm sure are you busier now, or was it the same, or less, or?
You know, it's shifted.
Mhm.
When everything first started, it was super. As you can imagine,
Mhm.
you set up. It's kind of died down as people got settled. But now that people are working normal again, the work volume's about the same as what it was.
Oh, I see.
Because everything is kind of normalized already at this point in the tech world, to be honest.
Yeah,
at
that's
least
true.
for our company and how we handle things.
Zach made a good point earlier. He said that more people now are on their computers or, say, smart TVs than they're on their phones.
Arguably so.
Yeah,
I'd
what did you have to say,
make that-
Zach?
I'd like to see the
There was
actual
like a
numbers for that.
statistic on it that I was reading about, but it was basically arguing a lot of people are just not on their phones as much. So you're not using your apps. Like if I have an Xbox, for example,
Mhm.
I watch Netflix.
Right.
If I wasn't home, I would and I wanted to watch Netflix, I would be using an app, and I
Right.
would be running an application on that.
On a
But lot
smaller
more people are at
screen.
home, and they have their home devices that have that are more accessible.
Exactly.
So it becomes that has much higher usage than apps, and you start to see the decrease in that phones.
And that's-
actually have because like
Yeah.
a lot of people take them phones with them. You don't take your computer with you. You know.
Oh, hell no. Yeah, that's the whole point of having a phone.
Exactly. This
It's-
is like basically the point.
Is this now unprecedented that cellular device usage has decreased for the first time since the creation of cell phone devices?
Probably has.
I wouldn't know enough to say, but I can only
I don't
assume.
know if it's the first time, but
Well, the first, like, there's always, give and take, but this might be a significant decrease. If we talked about, the decrease of, like, some prices now because of, complete neglect of that market, per se. Oil. Oil, between the last 2 days, has gone negative. It costs more to produce a barrel of crude oil than it is to sell it on the market. This is the first time it's ever happened. Ever.
It's fucking crazy.
Yep.
yeah, that is. I agree.
Yeah. Less people are on the roads. Obviously, everybody's home. We've all been kind of just watching gas prices get lower and lower. And I don't know. We'll probably see the effects of this by the end of next month. What's going on, Emil?
Gas prices in Florida are gonna go up.
Yeah. That's probably a true statement. Yeah. That's a real concerning thing. And it's not just going to be a Florida specific issue. Their effect is going to affect, or their consequences, whatever I'm trying to say. Everybody will be affected by Florida's choices.
learn that your actions
Have consequences. Sammy Supersonic, man, sponsor us on Twitch.
Why don't we just take Florida and push it somewhere else?
Look, somebody said give it 50 years, Florida will be underwater. And I said, well, yes, but no. Hopefully not.
It'll probably be underwater.
That is a question I actually wanted to ask.
Sorry, they can just move to Montana.
Do you guys think that we are going to be able to effectively reverse all the damage we've done to our climate within the next 50 to 100 years?
Man, I don't know about
our
that.
climate?
Our world environment.
In the
In
short
50
term,
52 years?
52.
if technology doesn't exist by then, I'll be upset.
The thing is, the development of technology is exponential. We don't know. The next thing we find out is going to provide things we don't know.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So, if 52 years in the future we still don't have that tech and it's growing at an exponential rate, and
Then
that
we have
rate
fucked up.
started around the 70s and 60s, we should have crazy tech in the 52 years.
100%. So that'd be over 100 years from then.
Right. So I'm saying like, yeah, that's the whole point of what I'm saying is.
No,
if
yeah,
in
yeah, I
52
get you.
years we don't have that kind of tech, I'm gonna be a little upset. With
We'll be
you, man.
gone if that's the case.
Yeah,
I
more or
believe
less.
in our lifetime we'll be able to commercially visit other planets. I truly believe that. Maybe it's by the time I'm 50, or you guys are all the same age, that we'll be able to just, I just took a quick trip to Mars, I left my cell phone there last time I went, so
Damn, I left your fucking phone.
fucking baggage exchange, losing all my shit.
That would be nuts, dude.
I
I think
think,
it'd be closer to more my death if it is my lifetime, but like,
I don't know. As much as I say things like, dude, I never in my entire life thought we would ever send a human to Mars ever. That's going to happen in the next 2 to 3 years.
yeah.
Just like that, it took 23 years. Well, I mean, say I was like 5 years old, so it took like 15 years. Outrageous.
That's pretty insane.
I was told by my grandfather, my papa. He said, because he was into astronomy, he had a huge telescope. And so I asked him, I said, are we ever going to live on Mars? He's like, no. I said, no. He's like, we'll never get to Mars. Because at least not in our lifetime.
Oh,
But-
like yours included?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's what they
Hey.
thought back then.
And he was about, he is 62. And yeah, that was some time ago. Yeah, I believe he
It
was
might
50.
come in his lifetime.
Back in the day, there was the people, we're never going to need a hard drive bigger than 8 megabytes. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
shit.
what they thought back then. That's what they thought.
Never try to expect things to not do better than they are now. Never try
Right,
to say,
that's-
that's not going to be utilized better in the future, because you're just going to be proven wrong. Give it time.
Yeah. hmm
I believe that in a lot of aspects.
For sure, man, for sure.
So what else could we have talked about for the gas? Because there's something else somebody had written with the volume of gasoline falling. So there's a difference between oil barrels, which is crude oil, unrefined oil, and gasoline. So that does not mean you can go out to your local gas station and fill up your car and they're going to pay you. No. It means
No.
just the crude oil production is more expensive than the price of the barrel. So this is the great gas decline of our lifetimes. This might be the worst economic peril we ever experienced.
Thank you, Corona.
We were expecting the Roaring '20s. All we got was the Great Depression 2.0.
What happened at the end of the Roaring '20s? The Great Depression.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one just came a few years earlier.
Better be
I mean, they always say
roasting,
free
the
pizza.
roasting 20s, dude.
The roasting 20s. Well, here's the thing. Historians refer to the Roaring 20s as the Gilded Era because everything seemed like it was doing really well, but it wasn't. And that's why at the end of the 20s there was the Great Depression.
Mm-hmm.
People were buying stocks on margin, meaning buying them with money that they owed people. And once they lost all the money to their stocks, they still owed the money.
Credit cards.
Thank you, credit cards. Yes. I am in zero debt. I have zero debt.
I only have a little because I went to college for a short period.
Right. And I was the same way. And I just paid it off in March. And I felt like...
Yeah, and my current job will be able to pay it off in no time. So I'm not
Right.
worried about it.
And I went to college for 3 weeks. And I had to pay like $1,500.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I was like, well, for a penny and for a pound, I guess. But that was, almost 2 years ago now that I went to college. Speaking on that, how are you guys, Zach and Emil, how are you guys handling college now that all of your classes are online?
And listen, I'm not gonna lie, you really don't want to.
I fucking hate
You don't want to get me going.
Whew. Hot topic.
Hot topic. Bro.
Yeah. I've spoken to...
There's been talk of so I'm getting reimbursement for housing and options.
Mhm.
That's
Getting
good.
reimbursement for that, and the students are getting 50% of back in our tuition of this
Wow.
fund that was given.
No, give me back 50% of mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me back. Oh yeah, only give me half of it.
I'll enroll just so I can get that 50% back. No.
Wait a minute.
Something not right.
Something's not.
Yeah, I've talked to a few of my friends that are in college, and my sister and my mother included, and they all just want to rip their hair out.
Yep, it's pretty bad.
Dude,
It's pretty fucking bad.
Yeah.
sound engineering online is fucking retarded.
A
Oh, you.
hard R.
Like, oh shit. Said the hard R.
Continue.
Okay, alright, just keep going, bro.
You can cut that part out, but
It's live.
Oh
Right, I will.
Dude. Killing me, dude.
You were saying?
like, some of the files will not send correctly over the way we're supposed to hand them in. So when I hand in them files, he's like, "Oh yeah, you didn't send this the right way," and I'm like, "I'm pretty sure I fucking did."
Hmm.
And then they'll take points off because
It's
the
not
audio
formatted
file
correctly.
it's not formatted correctly. So, and it's
Right.
not my fault.
Right. It's really unfortunate that everybody's kind of running into problems. I was talking to Zach actually, or talking to my parents, sorry, about Zach and how he's at a technical school and how you need to have a certain amount of lab hours and how you can't be in the lab at all. How are you supposed to get those hours?
We've gotten every message is we plan to give you these hours so you can show us your technical skills that you've been honing in on
Honing.
from your computer.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see.
dude.
That's a real kick in the nuts, dude. Wow.
Yeah, dude.
They're saying, yeah, so up yours, we'll see you in the fall. Yeah.
That's what I'm getting.
Wow. Yeah, so things are working out as good as everybody kind of thought they would have. Surprise,
Yep.
surprise. Yep.
Yep.
Wow, it's really unfortunate that we're kind of running into this. But what can you do, honestly? And it's hard because every time we want to talk about something and say, hey, we're not going to mention the coronavirus. But everything in our lives right now are dictated by the outcome of this virus.
It's become that imminent.
Oh yeah, it's just look, the mishandling of this in our country to begin with, and now the lasting effects that this country will, face and the economic downturn from it. I think I saw today 3 million people in the United States had not paid their rent today. 3 million people, or no, had not paid their mortgages.
They're actually gonna they were actually talking about freezing that stuff, weren't they?
They're talking about, so yes, but here's the thing. So you pay your mortgage payment every month, and it's say like a 30-year mortgage, all right? Instead of just saying, hey, these 3 months, Zach actually sent me a video of somebody, I'd like to refer to him, but he said, instead of just taking those 3 months and then putting them onto the end of that mortgage, say, okay, your mortgage is, you have left 15 years and 9 months. Okay, these 3 months we'll just pack it onto the next one. Now you have 16 years left of your mortgage payment. Okay, perfect, whatever. Instead, what they're doing after this 3-month period is that they're just going to add those 3 months onto the fourth payment. So that fourth month, you're paying for all 4 months. With 3 months, you weren't making money. So at the end of this 4-month period, when all of this rent is due for those 3 previous months, you're not going to have the money because you weren't working. They shut down your job. They told you stay home, and they gave you $1,200 for a month and said figure it out. That is unjust. That's unfair, and that's not sensical. And the people making these laws have no understanding of the true American lifestyle. And that's unfortunate.
Thank you, John, for saying that.
Yeah. I don't know the number now, but last time I've checked, less than 80% of Americans have access to $500 liquid cash. If you needed to pay for something and it costs $500 today, now, go get me $500. 80% of Americans could not do that.
That's
I thought it was recently 400.
I mean, what, $400? I'm not sure. Fact check, look it up. Yep. Yeah, so that's really, that's going to be the next problem we face. Right now, it's just kind of biding time. Oh, yeah, wait for everything to open up. Try not to get killed by the virus. Stay sanitary, stay safe, stay healthy. Then it's going to be, where's my money? Where's rent? Where's anything? How do you pay for things when you've been told not to work for 3 months? Figure it out, they say. Figure it out. While they bail out Wall Street and Main Street, or Wall Street and big business. Is this going to be the straw that broke the camel's back?
I low-key hope so.
Oh, I 100% hope so. I high-key. Yo, I'm on that high-key hope so. It's bound to happen. It's not if, it's when right now. It truly is. I don't know if you guys agree with that, but it's... People cannot survive with that. For so long, we've just been dealing with it. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, the worst people that have to deal with this, yeah, that sucks for them. Well, now the majority of people are facing this. What's going to happen once, hey, 80% of Americans can't afford their housing, their food, to provide for their children, their insurances? What do you do then? The worst thing to come from that, I call it, it's when you hit fuck it. See, well, I can't do this because what have they done to me? I can't pay for this because what they've done to me. Fuck it. And once people hit fuck it, there's no stopping the people. And that's where things get messy, unfortunately. But
Fuck it.
at fuck it. Oh, truly. When you say, you know what, the government's not providing for me, fuck it. Then you just start doing illegal shit. And once the government says, hey, you can't do that, well, fuck it. I can.
Yeah.
It's a dangerous spot to get to. You know?
It's only illegal if you get caught.
That is true. But look at what happened back in the revolutionary days. Do you think it was just, oh, you know, we're getting taxed and we can't even take representation in our government, or
If
oh,
those people came back in history today, would they stand for this?
no. They wouldn't have stood for it 10, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. It's
They would have called it out.
would have started the revolution long before now. You know, when was a defining point in history where you were like, ah, that's when shit started going downhill? Whenever that was, that's when you could have expected it. But the American people are subjugated and kept down, so we can't do it so easily. Yep, and that's unfortunate. We had one more thing to talk about. I believe Emil put this. Isolation and how it affects certain music artists. What type of artists?
It's not really like art, like the type of artist and like specifics, but like I remember reading on California. I was reading this article on like how California wants to keep concerts closed down until a vaccine is found.
Right?
The thing is with California, LA has like a big music following,
Of
like
course.
record labels, that stuff. With like with the coronavirus, they're not going to get any clients, which is going to make it hard for these record companies, even the smaller record companies, to even stay open.
So what does that mean?
They're just going to lose money.
Well, yeah, of course. But what does that mean? What does that mean for us? For the history of music people?
It's going to make it a lot harder for those people, obviously.
Obviously, right. So can we expect less music to come out of this? Can we expect less record deals? Can we see a downturn in just people producing content for record deals or record companies?
But while also
Labels.
seeing an increase in more people at home using the time that they have to hone on these skills or present
That is
Yeah,
true.
I mean,
ideas.
you're not gonna stop people from writing at home like a lot of people have
Yeah.
been doing.
Right, but the thing is, the record labels is what facilitates these people to become mainstream and make money off of what they're doing. Without these record labels or collaborating companies, they're just somebody at home making music,
Yeah.
right? And so, what can we see then? Less people participating in the music industry. We're going to see a big gap in the generation of what music could have been.
Yeah, pretty much.
What would that be like? What could you say, Emil?
Uh, not good at talking right now. Mind blanked.
Right. Well, what I could say is that unfortunately there is going to be a big loss or a gap in the generation of music coming up from this point. You know, there's going to be a lot less activity in the music scene. Even, hey, around us.
Yeah.
We had gone to local concerts.
Something like that. Yeah.
Right. You can go ahead, Zach.
Local is perfect. A perfect way to explain it. Not just like professionals out there. Like there's two types of music.
Right.
You pay tickets to go to a big concert but some people like there's a lot of like music scenes that
The underground scene.
that it just don't exist anymore. It's gone.
Mm,
That whole scene is just
Dude.
not because of this distancing.
right.
I feel like just a lot of people are missing out.
Not
and a
gonna
lot of
lie, I had
people-
a lot of fun at those local shows.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I had a great time.
I'm a big supporter of local shows. Yeah.
Yeah, and we had actually planned to go to one. It was a Nirvana tribute show. I forget where it was, but it got canceled.
Yeah, Keegan.
Yeah.
Yep.
That would have been a really. It was supposed to be a party afterwards. We were like, awesome, this is going to be cool. We went to a party after one of the concerts. It's a great time. No longer. You know? So we're seeing these declines in, music production all over, locally and commercially and just all across the country. Once again, because coronavirus. Wow, this is very depressing. All of a sudden, we got to talk about something more uplifting.
It is.
What's your guys' favorite Milky Way commercial? How about that? Is it the one where the guy's getting the tattoo and she's like, "Regrets. Sorry, it's eating a Milky Way."
Sorry, I was eating a Milky Way.
Like, what great branding.
Dude, this is like
Did you say
this
best
is like an
tattoo
old-
commercial?
What was that, Emil?
This is like an old Super Bowl commercial one. Holy shit! Now I gotta think about it.
Oh man. What is your okay. I was thinking the other day, I was like, man, Billy Mays had such an impact on my life growing up because I'd wake up for Saturday morning cartoons and they wouldn't play, say, till 10 o'clock. And I've just watched the infomercials before then. Introducing the power of OxyClean, the most obnoxious man to sell TV products.
I don't know, dude. Phil Swift's up there. Flex tape.
Flex tape.
Yeah, but do you know what happened
Dude,
to
he's crazy, dude. This
Yeah?
crazy
Happened to-
stuff.
John?
What's
What
that?
happened to Billy Mays?
You know what happened to Bill?
He had a heart attack.
Yeah. Well, like.
Well-
Okay.
Well, right. What do you mean?
Huh?
That's what happened to Billy Mays.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you want me to do?
We're bringing him back from the dead.
I'm conjuring his soul as we speak. Jesus.
I mean,
No.
I got the lamb for the sacrifice.
I don't doubt that somehow. My favorite infomercial growing up was the what were they? You know those like silly string things? They're like silly bands. You remember? But they weren't like that. You could like combine them and stick them together. They're like a piece of. Imagine like a pipe cleaner, but instead of like the fuzzies on it, they put like sticky glue shit. All right, and you can like put them all together and make all this stuff with them. Except they were just nasty and got hair and dust and garbage all over, dude. All right, they were cool for a second. As soon as you bring them to the Legos, dude, done. Forget it. Legos destroyed. Gotta throw them out, dude. They left this gross residue on everything. One of my favorite toys.
What?
That. Forget what they were called. I almost want to look it up right now, but the adjectives escape me, quite honestly. I wouldn't know what to say. Well, fortunate. We're supposed to have Jib with us today. It's been a little bit since we've had Jib with us, but he's on a
Yeah.
it's on a rough timeline for him. It's really too bad. He's always somebody to spice up the conversation because he comes from a very different viewpoint on a lot of things, which is refreshing to say the least.
I like Jimmy too.
I hope everybody's doing their best to flatten the curve, and that's all I want to speak about coronavirus today, because otherwise it just gets sad. What are some uplifting things we can think of for today?
How I got some fucking compressed air today so I can clean out my GPU.
Ah, okay.
Did
That's
it work, bro?
pretty cool.
Yeah, dude.
I was gonna say your mom earlier was
Pretty cool.
flying a kite.
Yeah.
Was she?
My mom burst into my room as we're doing our weekly discussions before the podcast, and she's like, "I'm gonna go fly a kite," and I was like, "I want to see that."
Your mom was loving it, dude. I saw her.
Yeah, she's having a great time.
Yeah, you guys are flying kites down there. It's snowing like a bitch up here. Like,
It
wow.
was not snowing. It was windy as hell. Though.
It was really snowing down here, or up here.
It started
It's
snowing
like a
here.
dusting of snow in Halstead right now. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah, but what can we do about it? Nothing. Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
the
Guess
thing
what
is
I'll be
now-
doing tomorrow, John, spending 90% of my day inside.
Ooh, I got just the job for you, bro.
What?
We'll talk about that later. I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow. I haven't seen the doctor in about 4 months. Exciting stuff. It's been nice to have like a few days off a week. I'm still working, which is nice. But goodness to Betsy, am I tired of my job?
Dude, no, yeah, I'm tired of that place.
Yeah. I don't know. There's too much negativity today. We got to say something to spice it up. You guys know about my bonsai tree named Wilson?
Yo,
Yeah,
that's cool, dude.
wolf.
No, I don't.
Yeah, I have a few plants on my desk. They really keep me happy. They really keep me together. You know, even when it's snowing and being ugly outside, at least it's nice. You know. Can I ask you guys, what is vibe setting? How do you guys create a vibe? You know, like I feel like my room's a nice vibe. I have these. relaxed
I have a few
lights.
steps to vibe.
Oh, let's see.
So there are a few set rules that need to be in place
Step
when you're vibing.
one. Grab the grinder.
Any lights that have gas in them, they don't vibe.
Oh,
Yeah,
like
that's a rule.
okay,
Yes.
that's a fact because you know the lights at school. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Yeah. Alrighty. Yeah.
I got gas.
you know
No
what
go.
I'm talking about.
If
Is
you
that
can
gas?
hear them, whew.
If you can hear them,
That
then
way.
don't go, bro. Unless they got a different color. Unless
Okay.
they're-
Need
Unless
the
they're
light
black lights.
emitting diode.
Look
Yes,
at any
no,
lights that are
light-
white are not the
light
vibe.
emitting diodes are light emitting diodes are the third step to vibe.
The third step. What's the first and
First step.
second?
First step to vibe,
Yeah.
music.
Oh, okay. Okay.
100%.
That's a quick one. That's definitely a
is-
quick one.
The perfect segue into vibe mode.
All right. So step one, find the right
Vibes.
tunes.
Put vibe music on.
I was
Start
listening
vibing.
today.
You start vibing. then you continue the process into finished vibe. You get what I'm saying?
One complete
So,
vibe. All right.
Second step to vibe. You ready for the second step?
Yeah. There is no second step.
Meal preparation.
Meal preparation.
No, I take it back.
Oh.
A grilled cheese sandwich.
Yep, meal preparation.
Meal-
Second,
he takes it back,
second,
brings it back.
second step to vibe. Meal preparation. Unless you're not hungry,
Mm.
you want to grab some tea.
Oh, I
Tea
said I was gonna make tea before the podcast
is
today.
an extremely detrimental.
No. It's the most crucial part of a vibe.
Detrimental's a bad thing.
What?
Detrimental is like bad,
Okay. I'm just
at the detriment of something. It's bad for it.
oops.
No, but I definitely agree with that. Tea is a vibe. Good colored lights that aren't annoying, a vibe. Anything that's like,
Yeah.
I don't know, any music that's just like chill, but it's got a nice beat and the words are good.
If you can
It's a-
close your eyes and see like waves, you're in vibe.
You're in vibe mode.
That's exactly
Vibe
what it
mode has been activated.
is. Vibe mode has been activated.
Vibe mode. To me.
Dude, what I always do, I always just play like Minecraft and have the lo-fi hip hop on. It's just great.
Listen, Minecraft can be vibe,
I was gonna say that's another vibe right there.
but you can also be having a heart attack on Minecraft. I'm not gonna lie.
Depends on what you're doing. If you're building a house, dude,
If
vibing.
you're in the Nether, bro,
Not
No.
vibing.
not vibing. Not vibing.
I am not vibing today.
If you're fighting the Ender Dragon, not
Not vibing. Not vibing.
not vibe.
Yeah, should I try and root my?
Not.
So, how
not
was how was yesterday, guys? Everything?
How was yesterday? We didn't vibe. Oh, yes, we did vibe. We didn't stream, sorry, yesterday because of the holiday.
Holiday.
How was everybody's holiday?
We're busy.
You had the big 7-gram fucking cone.
Yeah.
That was quite the time. What about you, Jordan?
I was just vibing, dude.
Yeah, that's what I like, though. Mother frickin' here.
You know, I don't have to be to work until 11 tomorrow, so I'm gonna stay up pretty late playing fucking Technic.
I want to
Alright.
know some of your guys' opinions on gear though, for like your PC.
Oh man, dude, I don't know
John-
enough.
John's a big fan of Logitech. Well, like, okay, not a big.
No,
fan.
I'm not, dude. I'm not a big fan of
Alright.
anything because I don't know enough to be a fan of it.
Uh,
Tell you what, my headset that I have currently, I've had it for the past 6 years.
oh shit.
Since I was 14, dude. I'm a 20-year-old man.
Oh my God.
Dude,
This
I've
thing
had
is held
headset
together
I had
by
on my head-
pink polyester string and a black electrical tape.
Oh my God.
And I mean that wholeheartedly. Only one of the headphones works.
Yeah.
Dude, I have a pair of Turtle Beach DX12s. They work just fine.
Dude, yeah.
They
no,
are
you want the
great.
classic Turtle Beaches
They
that
are
I
great.
used to have on Xbox, dude. Xbox 360.
They are so
Bruh,
great, dude.
bruh.
I need to get a professional mic. How much would that? Probably $160.
Are you
Depending on
getting
what
like
you
a
want.
mic or are you getting like a headset?
No, a mic. I'll probably end
Get
up
a
needing
Blue
both.
Yeti.
Probably expensive around there.
Not too bad.
If you want to go,
The
if you want to,
microphones-
depends on how nice you want to go, bro.
It depends on how much I want to invest into this. It's got to be 100% worth my time. 100%. There's not a shadow of a doubt that I will make any investment if it's not 100% worth my time.
I haven't made any expensive investments like buying a mic or anything like that degree.
The best thing I did for the computer that Jordan built for me, besides buying that from him, is I got that keyboard that I bought from you, and I bought a monitor and a mouse. That's it. This is an Acer. Acers, I guess, are pretty good.
That's what I got.
Mhm.
Had Zach get as well.
And then I have a Razer laptop, or Razer keyboard and a Corsair mouse.
Oh, John has a different monitor than mine and yours, man.
Yes.
His is still, yeah, yours is still really nice,
Acer
John.
brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really don't know enough about like PC specs to give a well-constructed opinion. I just know what I have satisfies my needs enough to where I'm not envious. If that's fair.
glad that rig's been working out for you, bro.
Dude, this thing has 4 CD drives, okay? My dad came up to my room like a week ago with a CD and goes, This is from 2010. You think there's anything on here? I put it in here. It couldn't read it, and I was like, well, hopefully not.
Did you try the other one?
I tried all of them, dude. One of them didn't open. The other three couldn't read it. So,
Dang, that's funny.
I have this
didn't even- I
ancient
didn't know if
tower,
this thing
but
worked or not. I don't even know if they're plugged in, to be honest with you. They might
No,
not be
one of them
plugged in,
is.
That could be the problem.
one of them is because it came up that it just couldn't read the disc.
Oh.
I also have a floppy disk. I don't even know port. Does that
Oh, yeah.
work?
I think it does actually.
Really? I can play like
I think
Tetris
I
on
have
here.
it plugged in. I think I have it plugged in.
That's awesome. I really want to put something in here. I'm definitely that guy if it's like, oh my god, we found this ancient piece of technology nobody can
Wow, I got a
access.
floppy disk on my floor right here.
Does anybody have a VHS tape recorder? I'm like, ha 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 ha! I have a floppy disk tab.
I'm pretty sure I got a floppy disk right here.
That would be excellent. That's how you if you really want to store something. I was asking Zach yesterday. If something gets locked onto like a floppy disk and it's like you can't get it off, is there truly no way to get something off of a floppy disk if it locks?
Yeah, dude, if they kill themselves, they're done for. They're
Really?
gone.
I'm telling you, man.
There's
Telling you.
you can't even take it apart and get the information.
No, dude, it's like a little plastic flop. It's
Yeah.
That's why it's called a floppy disk, because the disk inside is literally just like wobbly plastic.
Wow. With the encoded data.
Yep.
So, if I wanted to hide some
Floppy disk.
passwords on something, I'd definitely get a floppy disk. And then 20 years in the future, they're like, ancient ruins, how do we use this?
Yeah, pretty much.
They'll be like if somebody, even if somebody today found a VHS tape, they're like, who the fuck has a VCR, dude?
If
Who?
you showed a kid that didn't like, if you showed probably like a current 3-year-old a VHS tape, they'd be like, they would not know what to do.
They're like, what is this? Have you ever seen the videos of like those back in the day phones that you actually had to hang up, like you had to put
Yeah.
them back on the holder to hang it up?
Yeah.
It was a video of a girl. Her dad was like, hang the phone up, and she was looking for buttons. He's like, hang it up, come on, hang it up. Nothing, dude. Didn't know what to do. Same goes for people that ask, like on the iPhone app, the phone app. It looks like a payphone, or yeah, it looks like a payphone, and people are like, why does it look like that? Oh my god. Oh my god, are we too
what
old?
drives me nuts is how many people can't read a clock.
Yes! Oh my god, people can't read analog clocks. Dude, I went to school with this one of my buddies.
That's so rough.
I used to wear a watch to school. And he was walking down the hallway. He's like, that's a nice watch, man. He had one on too. I was like, that's a nice one too. He goes, yeah, it's broken. I can't read it anyway. Like, why are you wearing a watch then, dude? He goes, for the drip.
For the drip.
Yeah. I was like, bro, you're fake flexing out here. I was like, what time is it? And I showed him my watch. He's like, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, dude, that's some.
That's some
that is
fake drip right there.
flexing. Fake
That's
ass
crazy.
drip.
You gotta call people out on that sometime.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Poor guy, poor guy. No, but it actually astounds me, people that can't read analog. Or military time. Like, that should be easy as hell.
I have my
Military
clock
time's
set
not
to
that
that
hard.
all the time.
You just subtract 12. Or you
Yep.
don't do anything.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I honestly didn't know how to read military time until probably like 5 years ago.
That's a good time away. I mean, you're in 8th grade 5 years ago. Or 9th grade 5 years ago. Damn, dude, we're old. We're too old. I can't believe it.
Let's do that.
Zach, you're gonna be... God damn, dude, you're gonna be 20? You're gonna be 20 years old this summer. 20, dude.
What?
You're gonna be
Oh.
20.
He's gonna be
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you're gonna be 20.
I'm gonna be 19.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but it still astounds me, like, how old you are, dude. You're not allowed to get this
Yeah.
old, you know that? When you do turn, like, 20, your 21st birthday, dude, I can't even think about that yet.
Oh, dude, no, it's gonna be so.
I'm gonna be 23 when you turn 21.
Let's just talk about how the fact that I'm gonna literally come in the strange room my 21st birthday with like one of those big 2-liter bottles of fucking Jack Daniels.
I would not waste my time, Nemo. I'm sorry, dude. That sounds cool, but I could not really see myself doing something like that because I hate my job.
I just walk there, chug a little bit of it, walk out, and then be driven home by my dad or some shit.
He's hoping to score some poon. He comes in, he's like, "What's up, ladies?" Glug 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 glug. I'll see you, ladies.
Pretty much.
Said and done. That's the way about it.
Pretty much. Do I want to start a single player world on Texas, or do I just want to join the multiplayer?
That's a great question. I was going to ask, what are you guys looking forward to this year, actually, you know? Like,
Any
things that are
Minecraft
still on, you know?
Is that a Minecraft update?
Yeah.
I hope.
How about the new Terraria update? That's coming out as well.
That one's coming out too, yeah.
Or any new albums, maybe? I think, what did you say, Emo? A Day to Remember might release a new album?
Yeah, they might.
And Beartooth as well?
Yeah, Beartooth is actually currently working on their 4th studio album.
Oh.
Damn.
Well, that'll be exciting. Hopefully that's released
Kill
this
Kill.
year. What's that?
The vocalist Beartooth was actually like talking about it's actually gonna be a little bit heavier than Diseased.
Heavier than that, okay. I am down with the sickness. Regardless. That was something I was kind of thinking, is that since a lot of bands obviously can't go on tour, we can expect more albums out from them. Or some type of, I don't know, something for the fans.
Expect a lot of like new music.
Oh, yeah. But, I don't know, but does that go against the fact that, yes, the popular people now that are already making the money, they're already got secured record label, on record labels. You know, they're going to be making all the music. All the people that are new and upcoming this year, they're not going to have a chance, you know? They're going to be phased out completely. The competition's got them. Or record labels aren't looking to get any new people at this time. You know, I could be wrong. We'll just have to see.
Yeah.
It'll be exciting either way. What about anybody else? What are you guys looking forward to? This is just a good note to end it on today. At least something positive.
Honestly, I'm looking forward to
There's
there's not a lot.
May I tell you?
I,
I'm looking forward to the Rick and Morty. More's coming out.
actually, are they still doing that? If
Yeah.
they're still doing that,
May
I'm looking forward
May
to that.
something. I couldn't tell you, but May
16th, I think it's
16th. I thought I was gonna say 15th, but yeah, hopefully. That's something to look forward to. I'm looking forward to Rick and Morty. Yeah, let's hope it's great, dude. Oh my God, it better be. They better release like the whole next 12 seasons this year, dude.
I hope so.
Well, hey, we're
Yeah,
content
everyone
providers
has
now.
it.
What can we do to have people look forward to things? Well, we can keep podcasting, and we're going to keep doing it. It'll be every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. You can find us here on Twitch, hopefully on Apple Podcast, and as well as Spotify. 8:30 p.m. Not PST, sorry. Eastern Standard Time. 8:30. Yep. And we usually do for an hour. We might do longer than that once we start doing it a lot more often. But this is number 5. This is our 5th podcast. So we're really getting it together. I'm very excited for what the future holds. Bless you, Emil. and that is
Bless you.
play us out, Emil. Achoo, 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 achoo.
Oh, I gotta actually sneeze again in a second.
All right, here we're gonna be really quiet. We're really gonna pay attention. Let's see what he said. Okay, go ahead, Emil. Emil, that's your
Go
cue.
on now. You guys just made.
Emil, that's your cue. Dude, it's your cue.
Do it. Do it.
Do it.
Hi, everybody.
Do it. What?
Your Italian voice.
What the fuck?
Dude,
That
shove a
was-
pencil up your nose or something. We're begging. All right, but that'll do for today. Thanks to everybody that tuned in. You can also find us on YouTube in 1 Ear Out. This will be the first video hopefully posted on there. Again, if you want to see more, you could see us on Twitch or hopefully new podcasts. 8:30 every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. All right, and that's all from John. Everybody else,
Everybody have a good night.
Peace out.
have a great night, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.